Hey guys, it's Shay and GLO.
Welcome to the No Fear, Just Love podcast,
where we reject fear and choose
love. We finally got it. We did it. That was amazing. Anyway, let's get into it.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Jeez.
Crazy.
We're
on a podcast.
We're on a podcast now. But we didn't just pop up on the podcast. We've been in love. And finally figured out, hey, maybe it's time to share our journey, and also maybe in the swing of things, inspire some people on the way. So
today is kind of just an introduction video. We're gonna introduce ourselves to you guys and kind of tell you guys how we met. So here's episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1 of No Fear, Just Love. I'll pop it off, and then we'll do our thing, how we do. My name is Glorious. Everybody just calls me GLO. I do a lot of things. Most of what I do is just, I do my best to live a life that shows people how loved they are by God, because God loves all of us. And I do that in a lot of cool ways. But anyway, that's me. I just turned 30.
30.
No, don't. 30 is the new 20. All right. But yeah, I just say that because I just had a birthday and I'm excited about it. I've been on this planet for 30 years. That's crazy. But yeah, that's me. Who is this beautiful specimen? My
name is LASHAE. I have only been on this earth for 24 years.
Kobe. 25
coming up in March.
You ain't too far behind. No.
Yeah. I feel like my life used to be way more exciting. Now it isn't that exciting.
That's pretty exciting.
What is my life right now? I mean,
you are in a season of preparation and transition.
Yeah.
Or preparation for transition. We love God over here, so we talk a certain way. But yeah.
So yeah.
But tell them what you do for now, because you never know.
I am an area manager for Amazon.
Boom. Manager. Get it right. Manager. That's big.
Yeah. So when you get that package at your door, think about me.
Facts. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't gotten your package at your door, think about it.
It wasn't me.
But yeah, that's just who we are. A little bit about who we are. Of course, the more we pod, the more you guys will learn about us. But let's kind of get into us, how we met. How did this thing happen?
I know all you guys, at least my friends, are very confused right now.
Mine too.
They're like,
I'm not gonna cap.
What is going on?
Like, who is this woman?
I haven't posted a boyfriend since high school.
Wow.
And remember, I'm about to be 25, so
it's been a long day.
Long time. So.
Man, it's crazy.
So I guess that's a good way to start off. Like, I was not looking for a relationship at all. I was minding my business, living my best life. I just got a new job at Amazon. I just moved to a new city, and I was like, all right, cool. Look, I'm out here by myself. Like, let me just do me. But then here comes this guy. So
well, yeah, here I came. I don't even know if I said it, and immediately I was like, that's wrong.
All right.
That's wrong. I'm sorry. All right.
But to rewind, I could say, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was watching Transformation Church. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
And he was on Transformation Church, and I was watching him. And during that time, I was trying to change my Instagram feed to more people who were like faith-based, just to kind of get the distractions out. So I followed him, which that in itself is weird because I don't follow people. Like, I don't search and follow people, like, not to sound blah blah blah, like, but I usually don't. So for me to do that, like, looking back now, I'm like, that was weird.
something you abnormal, like that you never naturally
abnormal weird sounds.
But yeah, like she said, about 2 years ago. So technically, if it wasn't for transformation, this wouldn't even be a thing. But shout out to God, shout out to opening the door for that opportunity, because it led eventually to this Blessed Broken Road. Oh, I felt that one.
Yo, I just played that song for him today. You've never heard it before.
It's a gospel song. All right, anyway. About 2 years ago, I was at Transformation preaching on the 7 and 7. It was definitely during COVID, so this was a taping, and a lot of people followed. Of course, that's a big platform, so definitely that was dope. But anyway, saw you pop up, and at the time, I just put it out there. At the time, there was a lot of people who followed me and I followed back, but you were among like the first group of people that was following. So in my mind, I'm just like, I've been on social media stuff, been doing stuff, so I'm like, let me be interactive, and you cute, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're beautiful. So, but that's not the reason I followed back. I definitely followed back because the love was cool. Like, it was a love I'd never experienced before. The reason I say that is at the time, I was actually in a relationship at the time, and I was dating someone, and then shortly, or I would say sometime after that, that relationship ended up just kind of falling apart, and I was single for about, I would say, close to a year. Just in a very, very like back and forth, confused type situation. Didn't know if I wanted to go back to a relationship or not. But anyway, in August of last year. Right?
Yeah, so this is 2 years later. Now we're in 2022.
Right. It felt like we've been in 23 forever.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, so now we're in 2022, and it's August. Mm-hmm. And, well, during that time, like, it would be very, very short conversations. Like, he would swipe up on my story and be like,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, everything was super, like, short.
Surface
just
level.
Like surface level.
Yeah.
IG interaction. There's nothing beyond that, No. Obviously, like, I was still dealing with the things I was dealing with.
I didn't want nothing.
Yeah. She didn't give a hint to like anything. It was very chill, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then here comes August. Again, I'm watching Transformation Church, and at the end they were just like, close your eyes and like listen for God, because usually we talk to God, but we never like listen, give him time to speak to us. So I closed my eyes and I was just listening, and then all of a sudden it was just like, text GLO. And I was like, yeah, like, he hasn't posted in a long time. Like, usually he posts like every day. Right. Like, so he hasn't posted in a long time. Like, I haven't talked to him in a long time. Sure, why not? So then I texted him, which is also another first.
First, because look at how beautiful she is. You know, ain't nobody. Look, if you want to talk to me, you talk to me.
Which is also another first. So, yeah. So then I texted him, and then.
Yeah, and then it just kind of. So, yeah, just a context or backstory from on my side of that, how I ended up in that moment is in August of last year. Just clearly heard the Lord say, take a sabbatical. Go to a specific city and go there and be there for a month. And I had no idea of what that month would do for my life at all. I just remember I would basically go to a coffee shop every day, and this was like me and God's spot. And the day she texted me was like the week where I felt like God was dealing with my heart on the way that I approached relationships, like the root of the like broken relationship cycle in my life. And so it was basically a week of like dethroning and getting rid of the idol of relationships. Like, and so, hold on, I have to cough. Excuse me, I'm back. We'll edit that. But yeah, basically like getting relationships off of the throne of finding myself and identity or whatever. And you text me, and it was just like I had gotten to that place where I was just like, I'm good by myself. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm good.
And remind you, I was already good. And I actually wonder, like, what did I text you? Like,
oh, I want to pull it up, but we would have to go back like so far.
So much.
Yeah, we didn't. So basically, like, we started and then didn't stop. Honestly, it was everything was up from there.
Yeah,
so.
Like he was very consistent. Like, because again, it started off very friendly. Like, I probably was just like, hey, how are you doing? Checking in on you. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So even it wasn't like.
Oh no, nothing.
No. And he just was very consistent. Like, every day, he just kept talking.
Bad baby. I'm trying to make sure you're right. There you go. You good. Hey, I care.
That's it. Every day we were talking, and he just kept coming back. And I was just like, hey, just to let you know, I don't want to date you. So
nah, no cap.
You can text me every day, but it's going to be very, hey, good morning, have a great day.
Yeah.
But he was very consistent, and eventually I broke down. and let him in, basically.
Yeah, that was definitely and I'm gonna honestly say this. Like, obviously during that time my heart with God was getting, to a deeper place. You obviously being very beautiful and super, super sweet, during that, I don't honestly, if we weren't talking the way we were talking, I don't think I would have made it through. Like that month. I would have
been turned off immediately.
Yeah, I don't think I would have made it through. But yeah, consistent. I respect it. Sorry. You try to swallow a yawn. No, never did that? All right, cool. But yeah, consistent, but at the same time, like, she was very clear on, like, yo, I don't want to date, and I'm not trying to date you. Like, this is not going to go anywhere other than, hey. And I was, and here's the thing, I was very clear on, hey, like, I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy the conversations that we're having. I had to swallow another yawn. I enjoy the conversations we're having. I enjoy the perspectives that you have, the way we deep dived into stuff. I was, and I guess without even kind of thinking, like, I would let you in on some, like, things that I was having trouble with, or make decisions and stuff like that. And one of the cool things that kept me coming back was you didn't step into, like, well, I think you should do this based off of what I would do. It was always, well, pray about it. Talk to God about it. What do you want to do, truly?
And I think because, I don't know, I might have just taken that perspective because I just took a leap of faith, taking a job that I had know nothing about, moving to a city all by myself. I know nothing about this city. I don't know where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where the perspective of, like,
yeah, it was a faith. Yeah. It was like, honestly, like, that was dope because, like, man, I look back at it now and I'm like, no, legit, you were a huge, like, part of just, like, hey, by faith. You know, like, what does faith look like to you? Like, is that a safe choice or a faith choice? And then it makes sense, though, like with you just going into the new city and stuff like that.
And I made it really simple for him. I was like, all right, 1, pros and cons. 2, pros and cons. 3, pros and cons. Like, literally just talking about it. And then, like, by the end, I think you were like, all right, this is
what I need to do. And, you know, which is huge for me, and we'll deep dive later, of course. But, you know, we just continue to talk and continue to, you know, I think it was a mixture, just like talking, listening. I was definitely in a new space with, like, the relationship I had with, like, listening. Yeah. And actually, like, let me really, like, lean in. And
he also had no choice because, again, I was not letting him in. Like, every day he was just like, all right, I'm going to keep shooting my shot. And I'm like, go ahead. Like, I don't care.
And I was like, I'm going to be outside. And she's like, the gym ain't even open. I'm going to be practicing.
Locked
up. I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to be practicing outside,
and
dribbling.
Like, all right, I'm going to just shoot every day.
Yeah.
And one day it's going to land. And I'm like,
And then, and also, too, like, I want to be clear, like, the point didn't start with that. Like, the point wasn't like, oh, this girl hit me up. It wasn't like, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. For the podcast, like, I just yawned and it was crazy. Anyway, it was like, yo, it wasn't like on some like, yo, this girl just hit me up, I'm about to just be, and you know what I'm saying? It was genuinely like, yo, I'm enjoying getting to know you. And as I'm getting to know you, I'm just on some like, yo, this is dope. You know, you're dope. And so I think I just naturally started to be like, all right, what would tomorrow look like, you know? Anywho, yeah, it was cool. Like, we kept talking. It was dope. And we, like, I would say this, like, the quality of conversations we were having is what really, really...
He would FaceTime me every day.
He was going to FaceTime me for sure.
And I hate FaceTime. Like, I do not FaceTime me. If you want to talk to me, please text me, okay? Like, don't even call me on the phone. Like, text me. So the fact that I was even answering his FaceTime, weird.
Weirdo.
Weird.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, you had to tell me that, but it didn't feel like, I mean, I was like, oh, really? You don't answer? You answer me, I guess. I don't know.
Not him feeling special. So anyways, fast forward, and he asked to take me out on a date, and I'm like,
mind you, we live in 2 different cities.
Yeah. I'm in Florida, he's in Georgia.
we both yawning over here. Y'all, it's been a long day. I'm not gonna cat, but we here.
Listen. So yeah, he asked me on a date, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, he's very respectful, very consistent. He went all out and made a whole little, like, photo with the itinerary on it, just like above and beyond. So I'm like, of course. I agree to the date.
Just give me one date. She agreed to the date. Do I have to say how it happened? I had to go.
Well, okay. I agreed to the date, and then I prayed. I said, God, if we're, like, not supposed to be in each other's lives, if we're not supposed to even be friends, like, don't let this man get on the plane. Don't let him get on the plane. Here comes the day of the date. He texts me, and he says, I don't know if I can come. And I'm like, okay, God, like, all right, you're already answering my prayers. I'm like, bet, okay, what's wrong? What's going on? And there were some circumstances that he just didn't feel comfortable coming, and I'm like, I got it. If there's anything that you need, I got it, come. And he's like, all right. 30 minutes later, I ain't gonna cap to you. I'm running a little behind.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this play.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this play.
Well, let me just interject real quick. I live in Atlanta. Anybody who live in Atlanta, y'all know you don't ever get to Hartsfield, Jackson, nowhere. You don't even get there an hour before your plane. You always get there at least 2.5, 3 if you can, 3 hours before, because it's gonna take you an hour and a half to get through security check. Anyway, I got there like 30 minutes before the flight.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, first check, second check. Like, God is out here showing out. Like, he's listening to my prayer. But he's like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And then all of a sudden, he makes it on the plane.
Yeah. And here's the thing. She over there saying, God, if it's not you, don't let him make it. I'm over here saying, God, if it is you, let me make it. You feel me? Because here's the I ain't never did nothing like that, though.
Yeah.
Like, being honest. Like, I've never. It was a lot of firsts. Like.
Granted, the date was he was going to fly in for the day and fly out the same day. So him catching the plane was to come fly to me.
That was like a super first for me. Like, I was not used to doing anything like that, like anything. So while she was over there, like, God, if it's not supposed to happen, then don't let it happen. I'm like, God, if it is supposed to happen, make it happen without like this stress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even gonna cap. Like, I got to the security line where they checked, and I was already in the line. But as soon as I walked up, the like security dude, TSA, like just opened up a new line. I was like, you over there like strike one. I'm like, I see you, my boy. But that's told God too. I was like, God, I'm not about to run to this plane. Like, I'm not about to be on some like striving and stressing. You know what I'm saying? But this is new for me. Like, this whole thing is new. I ain't never got on no plane for no woman. Like, you gotta think, like, and we talking about No Fear Just Love podcast, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, even the beginning of it was like having to get over a lot of fears. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live in a city of finesse, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I know people, I done heard people, I just seen people, like, it take one pretty face to get somebody stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
first of all,
not you.
No, but you got it messed up. You're from Atlanta.
I know.
I'm the one that should be scared.
I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Both. I mean, both sides too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just fear could have had its way to where neither one of us.
Like, we met offline.
We met on social, which
never talked before.
Never talked before.
Flying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
could have got snatched up.
Could have. You feel me? Like, I could have got jumped and like, you know what I'm saying? Robbed, stole. You know, all that. You know, you could have never pulled up to the airport. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been on some like catfish. I don't know.
Just kidding.
Hey, it was one time she was late and I was like, man, that was playing. Talking about traffic. But you know, it's like, but it's crazy because even in those moments, it was never a fear of just like what bad could happen. It was it was legit just a, God, if it's you, let it work. If it's not, don't let it work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And up to like, even when I went, like on that first day, it was like, I had to get back for a rehearsal. And they was having a hurricane. Like,
Hurricane Ian?
Hurricane Ian came through. Like, it was so many things, right? We'll deep dive later, but I say, I'm gonna end my part just by saying, like, you know, the way we ended up together was really, really like a God move. It's hard not to believe God was in it and is in it, because just the way it happened wasn't planned. It wasn't like orchestrated. It was no like calculations. It was just going. You know what I'm saying? And I believe and I know our lives are too precious and too in God's hands for it to have gone any way other than what it was supposed to. So
yeah, I think we should probably do like a part 2.
Yeah. We'll crank a part 2 out. If y'all want more, just, you know.
So we'll end the story where he gets to I pick him up from the airport.
Yeah.
That's where we'll stop.
We'll start right there.
because the second half is a whole nother 30 minutes in itself.
For sure.
Hurricanes, canceled flights.
Oh, fine, getting the wrong flight.
Confirmations.
Jeez.
All of the above.
All the above. And was like legit let y'all know how it shifted.
Crazy.
Like it was cool. But anyway, I love to end us out with prayer real quick. Just, you know what I'm saying? We believe in prayer. I'm not sure what your faith is watching or listening to this. But, you know, this is what we know to be true. Just our prayer life literally helps our love life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pray and, yeah, cool. And then, baby, if you want to pray. Or, no?
I think it's...
All right.
I think you're both have to pray.
Okay. I'm going to pray real quick. And then we out.
No, I look back because I don't want to pray.
She don't know God. Yeah, I'm just playing.
You just play.
Anyway, cool. Father, thank you so much for this time together, Father God. Thank you for teaching us how to love. Thank you for helping us fight and overcome fear. And thank you that there is no fear in love. And so because we are learning to love in a true, honest, pure, strong way, thank you that it helps us to reject fear and choose love. And we just love you, Lord. And so thank you that you remind us every day, because we are loved, we don't have to fear. We just get to love. And so it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We lit. All right. Stay tuned, part 2, y'all. Leave comments. Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Share. Hit the post noties. The notification bell. Nah, legit.
This is crazy.
It's crazy, y'all. We lit, but
this is also coming out on Valentine's Day, so I hope you guys are all having a great Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
If you're not, boo up with Jesus.
Boo up with Jesus. Jesus is boo.
And then one day you will be on a couch.
On a couch. Doing a
podcast. Also, we dropped some pictures.
Oh. Hit our grams. Make sure you follow her.
Love_Shay1 on Instagram.
You know what I'm saying?
Shay25 on TikTok.
Shay25.
Yes.
She is 25.
We're on the road to 1,000.
On the road to 1,000. Get my baby to 1,000 real quick. Go ahead and run up. Go ahead and run up the TikToks right now. I need my baby at 1,000 by the end of the week. I need it. Maybe by the end of the day. Let's see what happens. The gang is strong. I mean, let's get it.
It's gonna be all his people.
Hey, the gang is strong. Yeah, we love y'all. Till next time. Peace.